Hey family, welcome back to Reclaiming the Throne. Today we're diving into the story of a man who completely transformed warfare in Africa and built one of history's most disciplined armies from the ground up. This is the story of Shaka Zulu, the revolutionary king who changed the face of southern Africa forever. Born around 1787, Shaka's early life wasn't that of a privileged prince. He was the illegitimate son of a Zulu chief and faced rejection and bullying throughout his childhood. But sometimes the hardest beginnings create the strongest leaders. What Shaka experienced as an outcast, he transformed into determination. By his teenage years, he had already developed the physical strength and tactical mind that would later make him legendary. After serving as a warrior under another king, Shaka returned to claim leadership of his small Zulu clan in 1816. At this time, the Zulu were just one of many small tribes. Nothing special, with maybe 1,500 people. But Shaka had a vision. And within just 12 years, he would transform this small clan into an empire of over 250,000 people that controlled most of what we now call South Africa. How did he do it? By completely revolutionizing warfare. Before Shaka, African battles were mostly ceremonial affairs. Warriors would throw spears at each other from a distance, with few casualties. Shaka changed all that. He designed a new weapon, the Ikalwa, a short stabbing spear with a broader blade. While others were throwing long spears, Shaka's warriors were charging forward to engage in close combat. He redesigned the shield, making it larger and using it not just for defense, but as a weapon to hook and unbalance enemies. He created new battle formations, the famous bullhorn formation where the strongest warriors formed the chest to engage the enemy head-on, while the horns would circle around to surround them. He revolutionized training, making his warriors run barefoot over thorny ground to toughen their feet, drilling them relentlessly until they moved as one unstoppable force. He banned sandals, forcing his warriors to develop calluses that allowed them to outmaneuver enemies on any terrain. When they complained about the hot African earth burning their feet, he said to have responded, "The earth is not your enemy. If you can conquer the earth beneath your feet, you can conquer anything." His brilliant military innovations created an army so disciplined and effective that they were nearly unbeatable. The sounds of thousands of Zulu warriors stomping their feet in unison was enough to strike fear into enemy hearts before battle even began. But Shaka wasn't just a warrior. He was a nation builder. He incorporated conquered peoples into the Zulu nation, often allowing them to maintain their identity while becoming part of something greater. His kingdom was built on merit. Prove yourself valuable, and you could rise in rank regardless of your background. Under his rule, the Zulu kingdom became the dominant power in southern Africa. His influence was so great that when European colonizers arrived, they faced something they didn't expect: an African kingdom with military discipline and tactics that could rival their own. At the height of his power, Shaka ruled a territory larger than some European countries, with an army that numbered in the tens of thousands. His military innovations spread throughout the region, changing how warfare was conducted across southern Africa in what historians call the Mefficane, the crushing. Like many great leaders, Shaka was complex. He could be brutal to enemies but showed remarkable loyalty to allies. He demanded absolute discipline but rewarded excellence generously. He was a military genius who also understood the importance of diplomacy when necessary. When Shaka's mother died in 1827, his grief was overwhelming. Historians say he ordered that no crops be planted for a year, no milk be used, and that any woman who became pregnant would be killed along with her husband. This period of intense mourning weakened the kingdom. In 1828, Shaka was assassinated by his half-brothers, a tragic end for a man who had transformed a small clan into an empire in just 12 years. But his legacy lived on. The kingdom he built would later become the only African nation to defeat the British Empire in battle at Isandlwana in 1879, using many of the same tactics Shaka had developed. Even today, Shaka's military innovations are studied in war colleges around the world. His techniques for discipline, training, and battlefield strategy were so effective that elements of them can be seen in modern military doctrine. What makes Shaka Zulu's story so powerful isn't just that he built an empire, it's that he was an innovator who completely reimagined what was possible. When everyone else was fighting one way, he created something new. When everyone else saw limits, he saw opportunity. Shaka Zulu reminds us that African history is filled with brilliant strategists, nation builders, and innovators who shaped the continent long before colonizers arrived. So why don't more people know his story in detail? Why do many only know him as a fierce warrior without understanding his tactical genius and nation-building skills? Because telling his complete story disrupts the narrative. It reminds us that African leaders were developing advanced military strategies and building nations, while Europeans were still trying to figure out how to get to our continent. Shaka Zulu wasn't just a king, he was a revolutionary, a military genius who transformed warfare, a nation builder who created an empire that still influences Southern Africa today. Thank you for watching, family. If this inspired you, drop a comment, like the video, and share it with someone who needs to know their history. We're reclaiming our legacy, one truth at a time. Because we're not just telling stories, we're reclaiming the throne.